The College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks episode 4, Tuesday, January 2nd on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Crowe from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the College Basketball Experience Preview and Picks episode for Tuesday, January 2nd. Shout out to the chat. I already see them rocking along. Hopefully you cashed in on the Michigan Wolverines in college football. Yes, youtube.com/the college experience. This guy's showing off his Michigan gear. Also, hopefully you cashed in on that Washington money line. We did just drop a college football experience playoff reaction show where we talked all that action. But this is the college basketball experience. We're going to talk about hoops. We got a loaded slate tomorrow. And folks, if you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Yes. Drinking a Dr. Pepper, I gotta be honest. I probably haven't had a Dr. Pepper in over 10 years, if I had to guess. Had Jong in the studio, and he just loaded up Dr. Peppers, passing me out Dr. Peppers. I didn't even want them, I'm just taking them. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but it's helping me out right now. Jong likes Dr. Pepper, I can get on board. I like Jong. Great guy. Shout out to Jong. Folks, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see that I am joined by this guy right here. He's the host of the College Baseball Experience, and that season's about to go in full swing here in just about a month and a half. Give it up for the man behind the scenes, the LeBaron driving. See if I can remember this. The LeBaron driving, drywall, non-drywall having, Michigan Wolverine loving, Noah Bieniek. How you doing, brother? It's still a work in progress.
It is. Still working on it. The chat loved it. Even on a YouTube comment, I don't know if you saw it, but there was somebody that left a YouTube comment of a moderated version of yours yesterday. That was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, the Wolverines on the football field, they got it done. I'm able to have enjoy some success on the football field. Should have won
by more, made us sweat. Should have won by a lot more. They dominated that game, but they didn't. They still got the
down their leg still.
Yes. They were pissed. They were pissing on my face for like the entire first half. Actually, almost the entire game, they were pissing on my face. But we got it done.
Missed field goal and a botched snap on a PAT that actually costed the Alabama cover.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That is hilarious when you think about it.
Yeah, but I mean, on the college basketball front, man, we sucked.
Yes, we did. The only positive was I did get very lucky on one play. The rest, I did not get lucky. In fact, I got destroyed. Drexel beat Hampton by 34 fucking points.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Didn't see that coming. But conference game, Drexel, they're going to be a good team this year.
This outcome's unbelievable to me. And shout out to the chat. I know you guys have been talking games. It's really cool to sign online and see you guys all talking. Shout out to Iveta, to Rob, everybody in the chat. Trevor's always doing great work, and we're grateful that we have a cool chat like this where you guys are already going through
behind the scenes
games.
Behind the scenes, we were getting DMs on substitutes to have on the show today. For those that don't know or aren't aware, Mac's computer blue screened. It was originally going to be Mac and I tonight right after college football. We were going to roll in.
Allegedly.
We were going to roll in college football.
You can't call out sick. You can't call out sick on New Year's where it's the most amount of hangovers ever throughout the year is New Year's, probably second the day after St. Patty's. When you call out sick on those days, there's an asterisk there. There's an asterisk there because it just seems a little bit
employee character question mark.
You know what I mean? A little bit of bullshit, maybe. I'll let the chat tell me. Do you think his screen really did this? Can we set a poll? Noah, do you know how to set a poll?
I know we can. My knowledge is not that broad though. I'll figure out. I'll figure it out.
Because I would love to know the chat on whether you think his computer really got fucked up, or do you think those college football games ended late and he might have been a little hungover from the day before and wanted to get some sleep. Just curious. Let's get a little vote in the chat. So this is my luckiest play. And shout out to Jong who got to
watch. There's only one yes in believing him.
Yes.
There's 5 no's currently.
Yeah, believing him? No. Right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jeff Sharp. Shit, I'm hungover now. Woke up in a recliner 20 minutes ago. 100% computer is intact. Yeah. Yeah. Sean Smith saying blue face, not blue screen. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I shout out to Mac, but at the same time, who the fuck you think you think I'm fucking 40 years old, man. I'm not some fucking idiot that's just gonna buy that on the most hungover day.
Dundee's already done that.
Yeah,
like he's already
that's what
done.
I'm saying,
been in
fuck out of here. My computer went blue. No.
So I need a plug-in apparently to run a poll through StreamYard that we're going through. So I don't know.
Whatever.
The chat's live though.
Yeah.
102 at 3:46 in the morning Eastern time.
Dog ate my homework, right? UT Arlington.
That's Doug McDaniel's excuse.
UT Arlington. Hey, I got fucked up last night too, but remember something about Pick Dundee. All right. We
it's January 1st. There's still 364 days left this year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I load up. UT Arlington covered for me. So I get to flex this.
Yeah. I went 0-4 today on all the picks. This one lost by the hook.
This was intense, dude. This was intense because Texas scored when they didn't need to. Did you watch the end of this, Noah?
No, I was not awake.
Okay.
Being
yeah. They scored when they didn't need to with about like 15 seconds left. And then thankfully UTA got fouled. And I mean, but this was a fortunate cover. It was super sweaty. Got that cover, but then we got absolutely drilled as Texas Tech destroyed North Alabama. And I watched this entire game. I mean, I watched all these games, but specifically TCU, Texas A&M Commerce. There was a point where myself, Patty C, Jong, all noted that Texas A&M Commerce, I think they had 22 points for about half of this game. They got to 22 and like it was like something like, I don't know, 30-22 or 32-22. And they didn't score for like the next 20 minutes. Enough to the point where like TCU was at like 58. It was like 58-20. You're like, how the fuck have they not scored?
Rob's shitting on me for not being awake during the game. I uploaded the audio version for the podcast for today's picks at 6 a.m. after New Year's. I mean,
yeah,
I deserved a little bit of brownie points for 4 game slate to just sleep through that, get up for the Michigan game. In my eyes,
I went to a party last night. I didn't get home till 2 or 3 in the morning. Right, but I was still at the studio by what?
Functional.
Yeah, I was still doing the pregame show by 9 a.m. Well, you know,
Mac has a phone that he can call into the stream from.
Yeah, that StreamYard has an app now, Mac. All right.
Oh, it has an app? I didn't even know that.
StreamYard has an app, and I'm just saying.
I did it last year for March Madness. Remember, I was in the car with my family driving home from Florida to Michigan, where I was then going to hop on a flight 8 hours later. I called into the March Madness show.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. You were like,
yeah, we're out in Mac here. He doesn't have many excuses, right?
That's what I'm saying. And I like to try to sling this shit on me is the funniest, because it's like, come on, man. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to here?
Avada's like, Mac's phone went blue screen too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. Just if he just told me, dude, I did like 30 Jaeger bombs last night. I feel like complete shit. Right?
Well, you would have said, get on. That's perfect content.
That's true. But I also would have said, if you really want it, you know, if you're really fucking tired, you can punt. I know you lost money on Alabama. Yeah. I know you lost money on Texas. You know, you lost money. You went 1-3 on college basketball, just like me. So you basically went 1-5 on your fucking picks. You know, sometimes you got to face the music. So
I will say there was a funny joke in the chat when they were picking all these games just through comments. When the Brown Harvard game came up, somebody mentioned that Malik Mack got blue screen too, because he is mono right now. So blue screen is just the excuse.
That's a new term now. You get blue screened.
Yes,
all right.
It's just blue screen.
Well, I look forward to.
If you're hurt, it's blue screen.
Yeah.
He's just blue screen for them.
We're still going to press this issue, guys, because I just don't buy into, you know.
Pick Dundee's not letting Moneyline Mac off the hook.
I mean, come on.
Those two characters.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
They're going to get their jabs in.
It's like, I mean, you got to have a better excuse than my computer went blue screen. Tell me something. I'm supposed to be in Vancouver tomorrow. My flight just got changed. Some shit like that. All right. Although I'd still question that, but something. I don't know.
Your flight has Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Someone's throwing out a lot of bullshit. And let me get this straight. He's going to have a new computer by tomorrow's show, and that one won't be blue screened?
He did say the computer store opens at 7. We'll be there in the morning.
Computer store.
Well,
old computer store.
So he does have a second job, like a first job, and he uses his computer for that too.
Well, so I wonder if he's giving them the old blue screen.
Yeah.
You think he's giving them, hey boss, sorry, I couldn't make it to work. Got blue screened.
And for what it's worth, when we hit our Underdog fantasy picks for today for college basketball, they're blue screened as well.
Yeah, my guy Bill at the computer store. He told me my computer,
but he showed up.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever said the computer store. Not even my mother. And let me tell you, my mother doesn't even know how to email. You know what I mean? So computer store, it's getting lazier and lazier on the hangover. That's when you're super hungover. You're like, the computer store. I'll be at the computer store tomorrow morning for tomorrow's show. Fuck out of here, computer store. What fucking store is doing computers these days? Like, it's called
I don't know. It's like Apple or Best Buy.
Apple store. Wouldn't you just say then? I got an appointment. So. You got to make an appointment at the Apple store too. At least here in LA.
Maybe I misinterpreted what he said on the phone call, but I heard computer store.
Yeah, I'm at the old computer store. You know, the computer store. It's over there on First Street, right? Fuck out of here.
Cannabis Capper goes, how does he know what time the computer store opens? Oddly specific. Like, how did he look it up?
Fucking bullshit. This story's getting shittier and shittier the more I think about it. I'm gonna laugh when I look at Richmond, Virginia, and see there's actually a place called the Computer Store. Unfucking believable. I don't care about a game ball. All those games went chalk. Fuck a game ball tonight.
That's not fun.
Shout out to
the game balls go to like working computers, working phones, working online sports betting apps, and what else? 3 more.
I'm sorry, I'm lost in the computer store here.
People that show up to work blue screened on January 2nd.
Blue screen. This is like blackface. This is like fucking Ted Danson. You know what I mean? Remember when Ted Danson? I don't know if I'm dating myself here, but he was romantically involved with Whoopi Goldberg, and they had an idea to just put black all over his face and show up to like a movie premiere. Let's just say it didn't go well. let's just say maybe should have called the agent, talked that one over. All right. You know what I mean? But Blueface, I did make a comment today that might sound ridiculous. Me and Patty C were talking, and one of the TVs, the college basketball game ended, and it went into one of the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Oh, okay.
And I made the assessment that I think Zoe Saldana might be more attractive green than in. And I find, she's attractive, but I'm saying
I'll be honest. Like, I've never seen the movies. I don't really know who we're talking about here. I'm not big into like the comics scene and whatnot.
Yeah. Zoe Saldana, I'm a fan, but I'm just saying, might have been having cocktails and just say, hey, she's pretty attractive as the green screen.
Jeff Sharp says the green chick was fire.
Yeah, green face.
So now we like brown people and green people on the show.
and we're working on blue people are coming. What do they got? The Smurfs?
Blue hose?
The fucking Smurfs? I took a fucking.
We like all hose, but blue hose with Presbyterians pretty nice too.
I took a class with the guy who created Smurfs. So I know about the blue people too, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and the guy who created Smurfs might have done some tequila shots together multiple times.
I took a class with the dude that dapped up Tyreek Hill and got in trouble from the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we get him on the show?
I don't know, actually. I think he's not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah. What if we give him a promise? We won't show his face. He'll just be blue-faced.
He's gonna have a blue screen.
We can blue face him.
Just blue screen.
No one will ever know.
He has a video out there talking about it online, but that's it.
Yeah. Folks, we got to do a lot of these. We got to talk about a lot of these games here.
There's basketball tomorrow.
There's a lot of good basketball games on, and I don't know what the fuck we're talking about here. I blame all of this on Mac's computer in the computer
100%.
store. Yeah. I would, hey, how about we promise this? Mac should have to call the computer store on air tomorrow and have us listen to perhaps
both of us. He's going to go ISO. So both of our screens will go off the screen and it's just him solo on the stream. And it's going to be like, what do they call them? They're on like True TV, like the Jokesters or whatever, the 4 of them. I can't remember the name right now, but they're like on the phone in the background and they're telling them what to say, like in the public scene or whatever. Come on, somebody in the chat help me out.
I want to hear old Bill over there at the computer store. Daniel in the chat saying, Colby, be honest though, do we just fade all your picks tomorrow?
Fade all Max. Because what did he research on?
Hold on. What's the logic here, Daniel? Is it because I went 1-3 on my picks today? Or is it because I was absolutely on fire in college football today? I hit the prop over on Ewers passing, over on Penix passing, the fucking tight end for Texas. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Hit the over. I hit the under on Dylan Johnson. All right. I had Michigan minus the 2. I also had, what was it? I had one more prop in the Michigan game that hit.
Chad, help me out. It's the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
That show. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they're great.
Yeah.
Public Embarrassment 101. You'd love that show.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Colby's like, cut the shit. Let's do it.
I know too many comedians that have been on that show.
Oh,
really? Tuesday. Actually, hold on. I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite players all season long. They got NFL, NBA, NHL, college football, and college basketball. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. Noah's over there doing great content nonstop. He might have put that shit on ice to watch his Wolverines dominate Nick Saban in the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm not even gonna hot potato you, Noah. Don't worry. So watch along, make picks.
There's no player projections out. I said
okay.
That. They blue screen too.
Yeah. The old blue screen, even Underdog. people at Underdog got blue screened. They're going to be at the computer store tomorrow. So watch along, make picks, and maybe make a little extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website, UnderdogFantasy.com. When you sign up with the promo code TCESGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code TCESGPN. All right, game one. Let's go. This is a lock. This is a fucking lock.
And it's
a lock. Utah State heads up to this stadium is interesting because you got the basketball stadium on one side, the hockey stadium on the other. You can you can literally go up like three stairs to each side. It's fascinating. Utah State won by 15 the last time they played, and that is why I'm not buying into this Air Force basketball bullshit. Too many staples on the floor. Altitude not a factor because Utah State plays in Logan. I'm laying the 7.5 with Utah State minus the points against the Falcons. Aim high, miss high tomorrow for those Falcons. What are you doing here?
I was the only one on the picks page not to lock this game because personally we were going to just do a normal show. Then it all went haywire. But I'm right there with you on Utah State. That's my pick. For what it's worth, Mac is lock battling us here in this standalone game. But I like the Aggies here. I think they've completely impressed me and overachieved my preseason expectations. Whereas Air Force, I still think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the Mountain West, and they're entering this game on a 3-game losing streak. 2 of those games at home, and one of them was the Northern Colorado. So give me the Aggies here.
We're loading it up here. College basketball experience remains the only podcast not to get blue-faced as we get it done with a lock in Utah State
every night.
DePaul.
Their logo is a blue face.
I'm going to start calling them RuPaul.
Their logo is a blue face.
That is true. They are the blue faces. Maybe we should take them. Actually, I think I just convinced myself to take RuPaul, the blue faces, plus the points. I mean, I was going to take UConn before, but life is telling me. All right. Life is telling me we should take the blue faces. Give me RuPaul. RuPaul. I'm saying RuPaul. I almost said blue balls, right? that's
I'm surprised it took us 20 minutes to get to that.
God damn it, this episode's off the rails. All right. Give me blue balls plus 24.5. That's the play now. What are you doing here?
So Klingen's still out. He's out for about 3 more weeks with that foot issue. So I like the ball here. I just don't think the market's really adjusted for the Klingen injury. I've bet against them the last 2 games. I'm gonna continue to pick against them. I'm not betting DePaul though.
No, we just laid out why you should be taking blue balls. All right. Give me blue balls plus 24.5. This is definitely covering. So let's go. Next up, Buffalo. The blue
logo.
Bulls. The blue Bulls.
Yeah.
Not the blue balls. The blue Bulls.
Fatty J is just gonna say like we're
catching,
the Blue Man Group now. Just moving forward.
The Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money.
They do.
They're at Central Michigan, but the Blue Bulls are catching 1.5. Wrong team favored. I'm never taking Central Michigan again. This has got to be the worst game of the day because Buffalo's 1-11. They're getting 1.5. They're plus 110. I'm not locking it, but give me the Blue Bulls. Can I interest you in a Buffalo Blue Bulls parlay with
3 games in and he's lining
with the RuPaul Blue Balls? All right.
So
yeah, what are you doing here?
Central Michigan, I think they're competent against teams that can't shoot. You look at it, they beat Detroit Mercy, they beat Valparaiso, they beat Siena, and they beat South Florida on a day that they just looked like complete ass. Buffalo can't shoot. 353rd in the nation in 358th from 3-point arc. They're shooting 24.7%. 333rd overall offense. Cocktail Napkin actually spit up a bizarre number here, -10 for Central Michigan. And
what algorithm are you plugging into the Cocktail Napkin here?
And I said that Central Michigan was the second worst Michigan basketball team. But I think Buffalo's worse.
Look,
I think they're the worst team in the MAC.
I do think Buffalo is terrible, but get this. They have a first-year coach. I do think they're getting better as the season goes along. So I can't trust all of the analytics there. The Blue Bulls will win this game outright. I don't care how many Marlies are on Central Michigan. So give me the Blue Bulls.
I'm taking the chips, but I'm not betting it.
Okay, get the stapler. He took my stapler game of the night. Okay. Iowa at Wisconsin. The amount of white people on a court, the amount of white people at the game is gonna. I mean, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem for the world. All right, I am excited to watch this game. I think we have to take Iowa.
No,
they play the same.
No, I disagree.
I'm just saying, like backdoor cuts.
Like the defense is not the same at all, and you're going to the Kohl Center. I think this is a lock for the Badgers. And actually, Wisconsin's offense is actually ranked higher than Iowa's this year. 13th in the nation for the Badgers. Iowa's 22nd. But I think the real difference here is just Iowa's defense is Swiss cheese. Wisco at home. Cocktail Napkin likes this one as well. -10.5 for the Badgers. I'm locking up the Badgers.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm curious what Rob Donaldson is doing with his whites, the Iowa Hawkeyes against their whites. And remember what one time Wisconsin was like, "Hey, let's get this guy named Michael Finley," and they were fantastic. Maybe we should try that again. Rob, what are we doing here? Because I think Iowa can cover.
He deflected it and said, "Give me the RuPauls."
I'm taking Iowa. I'm not locking it though. Taking Iowa.
Rob said, "I'll take the points with my whites."
Yeah.
It's not a lot of points.
I did see a 7 out there. Even though I said 6.5, there is a 7 out there. Jump on the 7.
This was at 5.5, so it's climbed.
Yeah. I was the play. North Carolina is at Pitt. North Carolina's laying 4.5. The Tar Heels. Is this the ACC opener for the Tar Heels? No, they played Florida State earlier in the year. They played Florida State in the earlier year because I took Florida State plus the points, I thought.
I'll look at that real quick, but I know it's their first road game of the season.
Yes, because the last one was in Chapel Hill that I can recall. But
they did play FSU. They won by 8.
Yeah, we covered that. That was a Dundee special. All right. No blue screen. Yes, me and Clark think alike because Pitt's coming off that loss to Syracuse.
Yeah.
I am locked in. Mac's not here. I don't have to worry about the blue screen effect is in play here. Give me Pitt plus 4.5. Ride that plus, what is it? Plus 200 or no? I think it's plus 175. I think I saw some shit like that. Noah, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm taking the Panthers. Hail the Pitt. They
keep talking. You can talk over this glorious music.
They love the 3-ball. They've shot the 36 most threes in the country so far this season. North Carolina doesn't really excel at defending it. In all honesty, their defense is not amazing. So I think I think Pitt's going to have a real nice bounce back spot here off the Syracuse loss. They'll be able to shoot the 3, which is basically, I mean, we watch this team in person. That's all they live off of. So give me the Panthers. I lock it up too, which I know you played the music. So.
Double lock. I'm intrigued by this matchup here. Wake Forest is at Boston College. Day after New Year's. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
January 2nd.
Yeah, it's day after New Year's.
It gets a little tricky because some people say New Year's you're out the night before. This line stinks a little bit to me.
Yep, wrong team favored.
Stinks a little bit.
Yeah, Cocktail Napkin likes it at 3.5. This is Wake Forest's first road game as well this season, and they've had a couple of stinkers in general.
The stink has me rethinking the play. So give me Wake Forest because the stink is the stink. Give me Wake Forest. What are you doing here?
Wake's 1-3 straight up away from home. Their one win's Towson. They won by 10. They dressed it up late. They've lost to LSU on a neutral. They lost to Utah on a neutral, and they lost to Georgia on the road. I like Boston College here. I just like the spot. I'm not going to bet it. I think Wake Forest is a very talented team this year. I like the trio of guards they have, and Efton Reed at the 4 is very good as well. I think Steve Forbes has a really nice team this year. But
his best team ever at Wake, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's not a good spot.
It is a good spot because no one's going to be at this fucking game.
That's typical Boston College basketball.
That's true. But I'm on Wake. I think the line is telling you to take Wake Forest. Purdue is laying 5.5 at Maryland.
Here's a fun.
Little bit of stink to this one too. Yeah. Our kids aren't back yet though. You know what I mean? Like this is a great
but this
spot
place was
for
bumping
Purdue.
for Eastern Kentucky. Or actually, no, this is
Eastern
Maryland.
Kentucky. I was
Maryland.
like, no, this shit is empty.
Maryland's typically empty as well.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if you get them in if this game happened in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then I would say they could be lit. I'm taking Purdue minus the 5.5.
So will I make you press the brakes here? Because Cocktail Napkin has this thing at minus 14.5 for the Boilers. Maryland has not looked good this year, but Kevin Willard gave Matt Painter some fits last year. This was the team that actually exposed Purdue in their trouble in the full court press. And
but Jameer Young missed the last game, didn't he?
He did. He missed the last game, but I think it was more to make sure he was 100% for this one. Like this is a game that they've had circled. They need a good resume win. Their best win on their resume currently is UCLA on the road. And they've got a couple of weighing losses against mid-majors and Davidson and UAB. So they need a couple of games in the Big Ten this year. I think they have this one circled. They want to shoot for the jugular here and get a W because they've done it before. They did it last year. I think they won by 10 at home. It was not really a contest. And they put up a fight in Mackey. I think they lost by 2.
I think you're right.
I'm actually going to take the Terps to cover, but I'm not betting this one because I haven't seen enough from them this season.
Yeah, I'm not. Lay the points with Purdue. All right. Not buying into this Maryland bullshit right now. All right. But I do have a lock for you here. I'm going over to Athens, Ohio. Ohio collapsed the other night against Davidson. They're taking on Toledo, rivalry game, Maction. Both teams are 6-6. Toledo won the last matchup a year ago. Revenge is on the mind. Give me Ohio -2.5 at home. Bobcats get that win. Go to 7-6. Winning days in Athens. What are you doing here?
So this is where I would love Mac on the show, because I have a hard time judging whether it's rust or rest. Ohio played 2 days ago. Maryland. God damn it. Toledo has 10 days off coming into this game. So do you believe in rust or rest?
No, I believe you're 18-22 and that some of that shit's overrated, but I mean, Toledo never lets you go to games when you ask for permission to go see the games.
It's true.
Right?
That's true.
Press pass is always denied. We remember that.
Yeah, we do.
And I encourage you to lock up Ohio because I think Ohio is going to get it done. I think they're a better basketball team than Toledo, especially at home. And I like the fact they're coming off a loss 2 days ago.
I'm stingy with my locks. I'm not going to lock it, but I'll take the Bobcats.
The stink is alive and well here. The Great Danes of Albany are heading to Harvard.
So I don't think it's stinky. Malik Mack's out.
Yeah, I think Albany's not any good. I will still lay the 3.5 with Harvard, and you can talk me into locking it up.
So Cocktail Napkin has a -8, but it can't control or doesn't calculate for players that'll be missing. Mac's not injured. He has mono. Poor guy.
Blueface.
Yeah. Tommy Amaker, right now looks like the best active Michigan former head coach or current head coach with Harvard right now. So I'll take the Crimson, but again, they've looked shaky without Mac, so I'm not going to lock it.
You know what? I'm locking it. I don't give a shit about this Albany Great Dane team. Reese Poffenberger's transferring. Going with Harvard, even though their top scorer is out with blue screen. Norfolk State. Love this Norfolk State team. They're catching 24.5 in Knoxville. Unfortunately, Rick Barnes kind of kicks these mid-majors ass. So I will lay the 24.5 with the Vols. What are you doing here?
I kind of like Norfolk State here. Tennessee is actually recently not kicked these guys' ass. They let Georgia Southern backdoor it, and also Tarleton without Gillespie covered as well. And this is right before SEC play. They host undefeated Ole Miss next. I'm going to take the points with the Spartans. This was a fringe lock.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You're going to say that. Why don't you go a little further?
I already told you. I'm stingy. I bet like 5 to 10 games a day. I'll keep it at that. He's searching through the soundboard.
Ball State's getting 10.5 at Kent State. Oh my fucking God. What? Ball State. I know they suck on the road, but I must ask you, I know Kent State just got drilled by St. Mary's, and I do think Kent State's decent.
Yeah.
But this line is a little steep. Give me Ball State. I could be talked into locking up Ball State here because I think this is like a 6, a 5, a 4, a 2, maybe even a outright win for Ball State there.
Both teams are off ass kickings. Ball State's last game was Minnesota, where they lost by 17 at the barn. They've had 11 days off themselves. Kent State, they just played on Friday. And they're traveling back from California back to Ohio. I will take the Cards.
Lock?
No.
Well, I will. Me and Gary K are on the same page. And Zoidberg. Ball State plus 10.5. I know they suck on the road, but they can still cover on the road. Let's go. Michael Creighton is heading to Washington, D.C. to take on them Georgetown Hoyas. Georgetown's getting 12.5. I feel like Michael Creighton should be in fuck you mode, but I'm going to take Ed Cooley and Georgetown to cover it. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I tend to agree with everything that you just said. Creighton started off in Big East by 0-2, but Georgetown this season has been getting better. I'll say that. They beat Notre Dame, who just beat Virginia by 20. And at home, they've been putting up, I would say, good fights, and they've progressively gotten better at home. This is their Big East home opener. I think they cover the number.
I think so too. Western Michigan is at Miami, Ohio.
The fuck is that? Shit!
This game sucks. I'll take Travis Lexington Steele -5.5 though. So give me Miami, Ohio minus the points against these Broncos. I don't feel very confident about this pick. I'll be honest. This is actually one of my least confident picks of the whole slate. Curious what you're doing here.
I'm willing to lock up Miami, Ohio. They've been very good at home. They beat Vermont, and they're 3-0, 3-1 at home. Their only loss is to Texas State, whereas Western Michigan, I believe that they're also not very good this season. The thing for me here is just Western Michigan being a bad team and also having a rough defense hitting the road. I don't think that is a very good formula here. And also Miami, Ohio, 10th in the nation, 3-point shooting percentage, 39.5%. Western Michigan, 295th in defending it. I think Miami, Ohio is going to have a good offensive day. I'm going to lock the Red Hawks.
Woo. Noah Bieniek. He's rolling with Travis Lexington Steele and the Miami, Ohio Red Hawks. Moving along, Vermont is laying 3.5 at Brown.
Does this one smell to you?
Take
Chat was
it on
saying
the
this
Brown,
one
guys.
smells.
It does smell a little bit, but I have a theory, and that is I hate taking Brown. So give me Vermont plus 3.5. I'm sorry, minus 3.5. But I'm not betting this because it does have a little Courtney Love scent to it.
Yeah, Cocktail Napkin has this thing at -6. And this is Vermont's first game since their buzzer-beating loss against the Red Hawks. They're on the road in this spot, though, and conference play on deck. I don't think it's the greatest spot in the world, but Brown has Yale next. I think that, like, when you're playing the Ivy League, you circled that date. I like Vermont. I say screw the smell. This is also a fringe lock.
I might check the picks page. I might bet this.
Yeah, depending on how the line looks like when we wake up tomorrow.
Eastern Michigan's getting 10.5 at Bowling Green. That is too many points. I will fly with the Eagles, and I could be talked into a lock here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I also think this is too many points. Bowling Green has also kind of overachieved my expectations so far through non-conference.
I agree.
So I think regression is coming. I do not want to take Eastern Michigan to be the team that does it, though. So I'm taking.
Where are they in your Michigan rankings right now?
I think they're 4th. Like
4.
Yeah, they're behind Michigan.
Tough to make a case. You trying to lock it with me though? 10.5? No, it's okay.
No,
it's okay because I got a lock right next anyway.
Okay, so Eastern Michigan's last result, they only beat Northwood, who's a D2 school here in Michigan, by 3.
That's true, but Florida Gulf Coast just drilled Florida Atlantic, and they barely escaped the D2 school. Speaking of Florida Atlantic,
really in the pirate.
I mean, how ridiculous is this line? Let me tell you something about life.
Colby's going to break out the book. He's going to read a play to us.
Yes, right here. I'm going to read it right here.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina. You don't come to East Carolina. You don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
Give me the Pirates. Lock it up. 17.5 points. Don't insult me. Don't fucking insult me, Las Vegas. You're out there and you're insulting Pick Dundee, and I take personal offense to this fucking line. Let's go. We are defending our name. What are you doing here, buddy?
So the the two teams that the two high majors that you guys played, you God damn it, I can't talk. You lost by 6 to South Carolina. You lost by 5 to Florida in a game that you probably should have won. I know that still stings. I think 17.5 is a lot. Cocktail Napkin even spit out of 21. I'm just not on board with it. The thing that worries me here is East Carolina's strength of schedule, 344th in the nation, and their defense is 260th. That's a Mark Adams defense. Remember, he's on the coaching staff there. I'm very surprised at how bad it is.
Well,
however,
don't buy into all those numbers.
However, when they circle a date, South Carolina 68 points, Florida 70. They get up. They play defense. They buy in.
Yeah.
So I'm saying forget the analytics here. We write it. I'm not betting it. I'm not going down on the single ship with you. But
God.
give me ECU.
Yes, ECU is going to cover this. They're playing this. This is on campus in Del Boca Vista, wherever the fuck it is down there.
Boca Raton.
Yeah, the old folks' home. UIC is taking on Murray State. UIC's catching 2.5. I struggled with this one a little bit because Murray State just finally got back, winning, big win the other night. UIC's been kind of all over the place, I feel like, of late.
They are a hard team to get a read on.
I'm going to go Murray State -2.5, but I'm all over the place in this game. Do not trust my pick on this.
No, neither do I. So UIC has lost 2 games in a row here. They lose a 1-point game against Incarnate Word, of all teams, at home. And then they were in the game against Southern Illinois. Salukis kind of dressed it up at the end. Murray State has not been very good this season, though. And the Flames, they were rolling in November. They just haven't been the same team lately. I'm going to take UIC, but not going to bet.
I think you just sold me too. Give me UIC. I'm switching my pick. Flame on.
Flame on.
Belmont is taking on Southern Illinois. I'm actually really excited to watch this game.
This one's a good one.
The Salukis in Carbondale are pretty fucking good at the, what is it? The Pantera Center? The Pantera Center, whatever the fuck. I'm going to go SIU though. But I'm not going to bet this game, but I'm excited to watch it. What are you doing here?
Cocktail Napkin spit on a -11 here. Southern Illinois at home, very solid team. I've liked the Bruins though this season. They, however, away from home have not been the same team. They're 1-3 straight up. 2-3 straight up. Southern Illinois. What are we picking this at?
5.5.
I like the Salukis a lot here. They rolled the UIC in their first conference game. I think it's some of the same here against Belmont.
Fringe lock, you're saying?
Yeah. This is another picks page one.
Akron is heading into DeKalb. DeKalb. Everyone always gives me shit the way I say that fucking town. All right.
DeKalb.
Yeah, fucking DeKalb. Akron's laying 5.5 against Northern Illinois. I think it's a get up moment for Northern Illinois after getting drilled. I bet on them the other night. They look like complete ass. I like this Akron team because they got Ali back, and he's a baller. They still have Castaneda, Enrique Freeman. They got a good team. I know Clark's on Akron, but I think the line's telling you to take Northern Illinois. Give me the Huskies.
Cocktail Napkin agrees with you. They've got the Huskies.
Let's bet this.
Favored by -2.5. I'm willing to come with you.
Let's go.
I'm nervous about the defense, but I think they can compete with the Zips here. I think
let's go.
The offense is pretty damn good.
Northern Illinois, outright getting it done.
Money line play.
Big red freshman. Cornell is at Baylor. Baylor is laying 16.5 points. I'm going to lay it with Baylor. I'm sick of this Cornell shit. They've been making me, I've been fading Cornell the past couple weeks. I feel like, and
they're rolling,
pissing all over my face here.
Yeah. They pissed all over Colgate too.
Yeah, they did. Baylor gets them here. Sends them a message. Take your staples out of here. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I don't think the look ahead here to Big 12 play is strong enough for Baylor. I don't think they're really, preparing too hard for Oklahoma State this season. So I'm willing to go on the offense here with Baylor. I think they're able to run it up on the Big Red. So I'm picking Baylor as well.
Chicago State is catching 20 fucking points at Kansas State. No. Give me the 20 in Chicago State. Let's dance. K-State wins by 14. Let's go. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about at-large resumes. Chicago State, they don't have very many opportunities left this season. You look at the schedule, they've already played 19 fucking games before the calendar flipped. This first one,
that's
Kansas,
hilarious, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
They've got 2 more shots against high majors. Kansas State.
We have a 32 game schedule. We're gonna play 27 of them in the first 60 days.
I think they only have. I think we looked at it. I think they only had like a 28 or a 29.
Yeah,
but
I'm
same
talking
thing.
out of my ass. But you know what I mean? Yeah.
They've only got. So listen to this. You're gonna love this part too. They've only got 2 high majors left on the schedule: Kansas State and Oklahoma State, and they play them back-to-back nights.
I like it.
So,
20 points is too much, though. K-State does not look the part this year.
No.
Chicago State, lock it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I like it too.
Let's go. Double lock. It's getting to lock season right now. I see a lot that I like right now on the board. And San Jose State and Tim Miles is going into Laramie. No. Wyoming's laying 4.5. Lay it with the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Give me Wyoming -4.5. Lock it up. What are you doing here, Bieniek?
I'm taking the Cowboys, but I'm not picking it, or I'm not locking it. I mean, I like they just got their ass beat by BYU, and now they open up conference play at home against San Jose State. So if Wyoming's going to be a bottom feeder in a very good Mountain West, you have to win this one because you're not going to have many winnable games. I like the Cowboys here.
The Butler Bulldogs and Thad Matta are catching 7. Where is this game? Is this the Garden or is this the other one? No, it's the one in Queens.
Carnesecca.
Yeah. St. John's laid 6.5 or 7. Shop around if you're. Did you hear?
So are you aware of the Twitter beef that's been going on with Pitino and UConn?
No.
So I don't know how it started or whatever, but he's been beefing with some UConn fans lately, and he snapped and he said, "This is why the only home game we're playing at Carnesecca next year is going to be UConn." And all the UConn fans absolutely loved it too, because they know that he's somewhat afraid of them being in MSG because UConn fills that building up too.
Yeah. It's funny. I like this. Funny. Well, I love Slick Rick Pitino.
I do.
Chris Ledlum is a game time decision.
Yep.
7 points. It's a little too much for me with Thad Matta. I think Butler should have beaten Providence. Let's go back to that well. I'm locking it up. Give me Butler +7. Let's go. What are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm locking this one as well. Cocktail Napkin has this thing at 5.
Sprinkle the money line. Sprinkle the money line. I mean, I like. Look,
You're sprinkling the money line here.
here's what I know about, St. John's resides in New York City. They went out and had a great New Year's. Butler's in fucking Indianapolis, right? You know what they did? They didn't do shit.
They went to New York for New Year's.
It's true. Maybe. But I like this Butler team. I think the point's too much. I think it's like a one possession game. That's why I think it's anyone's game.
You're calling for a money line against the Johnnies.
I think they could win.
You realize if they lose to Butler at home, the top 4 is tough for St. John's in the Big East.
It'll be fine.
You're going to be buying the first round for me in blue screen in Vegas.
No, there's a lot of time left. This is still like what game 3 in the Big East, something like that. Relax.
This is a home game. You got to win your home games in a league like the Big East.
Yeah, you also told me Michael Creighton was going to be a great team this year, right?
They're 0-2, and their first 2 games are Villanova and Marquette.
They still suck. They lost to Colorado State. They've been playing like shit for a while. Lost to UNLV.
They should have won the Villanova game. You got to win the home game in the Big East, and it was also Dougie McBucket's jersey retirement night. I don't know how you lose that game.
Yeah,
that's
give me the
tough.
Points. Double lock the Butler.
Without Ledlum, without their starting 4, St. John's is vulnerable, and also Butler, they're capable of getting to the free throw line. Like, they will get the Johnnies in foul trouble. Butler has taken the so where did I find this again? Butler 76.5% at the free throw line, and the Johnnies, they are following at the 83rd highest rate in the country. So free throw line for Butler, I like it. Lock it up.
Oh, we're on it. I played that music. Played that music.
I know.
Folks,
we just had to build some narratives.
Folks, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by GameTime. Buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be that stressful. GameTime is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, and comedy and theater that is near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll be having at that very event. So what are you doing? Forget planning months in advance. What's that ever got anybody? You know what I mean? True story. Stallone and Bridget Nielsen, they planned their marriage. They were fucking divorced in a year. All right. My point is, sometimes planning months in advance is dog shit. All right. GameTime has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event. So what are you doing? Snag the tickets without the stress with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, use that promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, terms apply. Redeeming code CFBX for $20 off. Download the GameTime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season. With Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN. You get 50% off your first month today. Start researching. Start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. You know, Bridget Nielsen went from she was married to Stallone. She went from Stallone to Flava Flav. Holy shit. No blue screen. No blue face. Whatever the fuck.
Daniel Cotty in the chat, he's asking, so does Butler have somebody to stop Soriano? Butler's actually deep at the center position. They've got 4 guys 6'10" or taller. And Jalen Thomas, their starter, is 131st in block rate. So he's actually a pretty good rim protector. So I think Joel Soriano's going to have his hands full here tonight without his front court partner in Ledlum.
Yeah. Let's go. Keep these locks going because UAB is going to destroy UTSA by more than 5.5 points. I know the line smells.
Yeah, this one smells.
It smells awful. But I think UAB has been figuring it out. I'm diving in. Dive team, go.
Here we go. YouTube.com. Sports
Dive team, go.
The college experience.
UAB is starting to figure out who they are. They're gonna get this done. UTSA is absolutely shit with basketball, and UAB will get it done. It's easy money just sitting out there for you, folks. Bieniek, you coming with?
No, I'm actually going to take the points with the Roadrunners. So I'm diving into the smell.
You're pissing away money.
How am I pissing on it? I'm pissing away money if I'm not betting it.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, shout out to bet boy Tony C. Appreciate Tony C.
He goes, I'm just getting up for work and this show is on. Nice. 4:39 a.m. in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 170 people. Holy shit.
Getting it done. Right, Penn is catching 21.5 at Auburn. The jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Penn covers. Auburn by 19.
Who did I take on the picks page?
I'm terrified of this play. Auburn's probably gonna win by 40.
I took Penn too. Auburn has a road trip.
They slow the game down. They slow the game down.
Auburn has a road trip to Arkansas on deck too in their SEC opener. So I took Penn. Not very convinced in the play because Penn's defense, even though their tempo is, slow, they're 314th offensively or 340th offensively. Their defense is terrible. So they're really going to need to slow the pace down this one.
I got a lock coming.
All right. Here we go.
Northwestern's getting 5.5
Yep.
at Illinois. Get this shit out of here. I got a song for you. Play the money line. You're with me on this?
Yeah, I am. I think most of the edge is gone on the spread. Personally, it's been dropping. I mean, do we have to mention it? I mean, Terrence Shannon's not going to play. I have an assumption that he's not going to play for the rest of the season. Chris Collins last year with Bowie competed very well against Illinois. They beat him by 13 at home, and on the road they only lost by 4. Give me Northwestern and lock this thing up.
Let's go. Syracuse is catching 14.5 at Duke. It's too many points. Syracuse covers. Man-to-man defense, brand new looks. They're going to be confused. Syracuse covers the 14.5. I could be talked into betting this actually.
Yeah. So Cocktail Napkin has this thing at plus 10.5. If you want to nudge Syracuse,
Let's go.
I'm not betting.
Oh, I'm betting it.
Okay.
I love betting against Duke. Gives me an extra, motivation. Give me the 14.5. Duke wins by 10.
Syracuse they've had 2 road games so far this season. They didn't look very good in either. They beat Georgetown by 12. They got smoked by Virginia by 22. Duke got Tyrese Proctor back. That's his first name, correct? I'm not.
Yes, you're correct.
Tyrese Proctor is back. And they blew out Queens. Very impressive performance. I think they're kind of rolling with all cylinders currently. Because you even look at it, and McCain, who is the guy that got more playing time without Proctor in the lineup, had one of his best games of the season, 24 points. And Proctor played 18 minutes, and he was a very good role player, had 4 assists in the game. I think that's kind of what Duke's going to deploy here throughout conference play. They're very deep at the guard position.
Duke wins by 12. Syracuse covers. We ride off into the sunset with more money in our pockets. Illinois State is catching 12.5 at Drake. Give me the points. I don't like it that much though, because Drake can drill some of these teams. I'll take the points though. What are you doing here, Noah?
Yeah, I don't think Illinois State's good enough to capitalize on a Drake team. that, kind of lost a lot from last season. This is their first game as Missouri Valley play picks back up. Drake off the loss at UAB, though, is the thing that kind of scares me away from betting Illinois State, but I'll take the points.
Charlotte is catching 8.5 at SMU. Give me Charlotte to cover this. SMU wins by 6. What are you doing here?
Wow. I think I'm lower on SMU than you are. And I took the ponies. I think Charlotte away from home is not the same team. They've given up 79 points to Stetson, 64 to Richmond, who plays at a slow pace, 80 to Duke. That was actually pretty impressive. They were in that game for most of it, but Duke was without Proctor. I think SMU's offense is actually going to be able to open this thing up.
They are good this year. I have been impressed by them.
I still think they're a little bit of fool's gold every time they've stepped up in competition.
Yeah, Florida State looks that win at Florida State keeps looking shittier and shittier.
Yeah, they've lost to Arizona State.
Yeah, take Charlotte in the points.
Yeah, I like SMU. I think Charlotte on the road is questionable.
All right.
I'm not willing to take the points there.
Final play of the night. The game
best game of the night.
Yeah, I was about to say the game I want to see most. The Lobos of New Mexico are heading to Fort Collins to take on Colorado State. The Rams. Colorado State's laying 3.5. Lock. Colorado State minus 3.5. I'm going to introduce you to a Mountain West parlay. Wyoming and Colorado State are separated between about an hour distance. Fort Collins to Laramie. I think we should parlay Wyoming and Colorado State. Let's go.
I'm not with you on the pokes, but this is a double lock on the Rams.
Let's go. All right, Noah.
So New Mexico, they've played 2 road games total this season. They got smoked by St. Mary's, who's been iffy, and they beat New Mexico State, their rival, by 1 point. Colorado State, I think this team, they're elite. They have one of the best point guards in the country in Isaiah Stevens, and they're third in the country in field goals per assist. Crazy amount at the rate that they pass the ball, and they're able to get some good looks, third in offensive categories all over the board. Very good. They're going to be able to get to the line too. To New Mexico, the Lobos, 272nd in opponents' free throw rate, and Colorado State's going to be able to get to the line here too. I think that's going to be a big difference in this game. They're going to have the home referees as well. Cocktail Napkin has this minus 5.5.
Clark's asking if Jamal Mashburn Jr. is playing. He is playing, as far as I'm concerned. He came back the game prior.
They played one other game against Eastern. Yes, so he played against Eastern New Mexico, and I think he played against. Okay, that was just his last game. So he didn't play against UC Irvine, but he played. Against.
We
Eastern
thought
New
he was going to play against
Friday.
UCI. We thought he was, but he didn't. He was a game time. Yes. All right.
He had 17 points in 27 minutes against Eastern New Mexico.
What's your top play of the night, buddy?
My top play of the night, I'm looking back on my page here. I like Wisconsin, dude.
Wow.
You're on Iowa. Rob's on Iowa. I love the Badgers tomorrow.
Wow. My top play of the night. Look no further. Colorado State gets it done.
That's a good one too. That's up there.
It's either, to me, and by the way, that parlay, that Mountain West parlay, we could also add Utah State, because I feel pretty damn good about Utah State too. You could do Utah State, Wyoming, Colorado State, round robin. Just throwing that out there.
The only reason why Utah State was double lock is because it was standalone, in my opinion. That's the only reason why I like that game. But
I feel good about that game.
I like the Aggies as well. I don't think Air Force is going to be that great in the Mountain West this year. And I like your point about the the altitude. It's not going to
Not a factor. Not a factor. Folks, that's our show. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Make sure you give Mr. Blue Screen a follow at Moneyline_Mac. And we look forward to hearing about the computer store. Should we do a computer store parlay? Do we have a computer store parlay?
Where we're fading his locks?
Well, is there a dorky ass school out there?
So he locked Air Force.
Northwestern would be one.
Yeah.
I don't want to take Cornell.
He locked St. John's. So let's add Butler to it.
Does that count as a computer school though? I feel like a dorky school. Maybe Butler. They're a private school.
I was just saying, like, if you're fading the blue screen. Because okay. I mean, how did he pick all the games, right?
Yeah, computer store parlay. Oh yeah, how do we not have Pitt on there, dude? Yeah.
Dude, Pitt.
Oh, that's what it is. Computer store parlay is Pitt with Northwestern. Pitt with Northwestern. Folks, that is a hell of a fucking parlay we're giving out. I'm on Twitter at
I like Butler in there too, for the record. That's a lock battle between us. We both think that Butler might be able to win it outright.
I do. Yeah, that's true.
I like the Bulldogs in there too.
We could do that. We could throw that in there. All right.
So it's Pitt, Butler, Northwestern.
Yes. The computer store parlay. Chad also says take RuPaul plus the points. The RuPaul Blue Balls.
Yeah.
Plus 24.5 against UConn. It is tempting.
Iveta says this is the latest show on record. I think so.
I think so. So
4:50 in the morning Eastern time.
Subscribe to the college basketball experience, folks. Hit that like button. We're over here in the trenches. All right. I'm going to sleep.
Daniel, right? It's not a force fade, by the way, about Terrence Shannon being gone. He was their most reliable player, leader on and off the floor as well, leader in points scored, leader in assists. There's definitely some questions around this Illinois team without him on the floor.
The fuck is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Folks, the show's over. I'm going to sleep. I'm fucking tired. All right. Shout out to everyone. Appreciate you. I've been rocking since fucking like 7 a.m. All right. It's fucking 2 a.m. Almost doing 24 hours here.
Clark's right. He goes, Noah is so awake right now. You guys notice this?
That is true. Well, that's because Michigan won. So sometimes when your team wins, you fucking start break dancing in the room by yourself. You know what I mean? Start doing all this crazy shit.
I think most Eastern folks, like, they're rubbing shit out of their eyes right now at 5 a.m. I'm still going. Like,
yeah.
Rev up the lawnmower. I'm ready for another hour.
Every time I go to Morgantown, I got to rub shit out of my eyes. That's just the police fucking pepper spraying me. But anyway, folks, let's go. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Check out the College Football Experience. We just did a college football playoff reaction show. Until next time, folks, this is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
It's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen your grill again. It made me good trip, good dog to mind back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit me can back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for who? Just get it straight cause it caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it.